Hello everyone, let's talk about DJT, Trump Media here. I wasn't even going to talk about this today, but I received so many comments. I thought, what the hey, we'll just all catch up together. It's Wednesday, we got 2 more days in the market, and let's see what happens here with the market. We are still taking significant damage, and today I was like, what is going on right now with the market? Is this the fall? Are we actually seeing a steady incline in the market, so much so to where we're watching the market like have a huge reset right now? This is what the economists and everyone was talking about what was coming in April, and we're going through it right now. The S&P is drowning right now. Other stocks are just taking huge damage, and that the market has just been over projected with the housing market, inflation, and it's going to actually reset right now where it actually should be, and that's what we're going through right now. So it's a very interesting time, but a great time for buying opportunity. The problem is I don't know that we've hit a bottom here. That's what everybody's wondering. So talking about Trump Media here. I've been talking about this quite a bit. Obviously, if you've been listening yap about it, the stock is essentially doing what I thought it would do. And I don't say that to be cocky. I really don't. I'm just trying to figure this out myself. But I'll give my thesis in case people don't know really what I think the stock's going to do here. But it is doing what I thought it would do. It's falling apart here. If we go to this candlestick chart here, obviously we can see where the sell-off really starts right there, and it just continues to fall down, and this is where I came out, maybe it was last week or this week, the beginning. I've kind of lost track at this point, but I made a video. I said I really do believe that the stock here will probably fall down to a more than likely a in the teens or a $10 spot. So saying that, I believe we're watching that, but I do believe it's going to continue to be a very volatile stock where it's going to, just kind of do what it wants to do. And obviously this is still this is a situation of FOMO. And when I say that, that's not to be mean. That's the reality of what this is right now. It's not a sense where you're bidding into a company that has large amounts of money coming in. It's quite the opposite right now. This is a very new company, and there's 2 conversations with it. There's obviously people that come on here that they strictly just hate Trump Media, everything about it, and they just want to know that it's doing bad. Okay, I get it, whatever, and they're betting against it. They have puts against it, and that's fine. Whatever anybody's doing, I really don't care. I'm just trying to give my own the thoughts on what I see going on here with it. But I do think the stock is in a huge reset right now. I think it's going to reset. I think it's going to have a hard summer. I do believe we could see $10 to $15 here sooner than people probably think. But I don't think that's terrible in the sense of what could come here. So talking about this reset here, we're watching the stock fall down here. And, I said that it's going to be a very volatile stock. I literally said this in the last video. I was like, this thing could go to $20 and then shoot back up to $30. And that's almost what we saw here. Just on the 16th yesterday, this thing was at $22. Then today it shot up $7. It shot up to not 7 quite, but almost. I mean, it wasn't far from it, depending where you bought in at. It's still a very tradable stock in the sense for day traders making large amounts of money on it. I mean, it's still got a lot of movement in it when it moves. I do believe that it has not found the ground yet. I don't think it's found a steady surface to stand on right now, and that's okay, because like I said a minute ago, this is a new company, and this, for the people that love Trump Media, here's what I'll say. Don't get too emotional with it right now. Don't get too attached, because this is a situation where it's a new company. The guy that is the head of it, the face of it, is being strung through the ringers right now in the media. Third, second, wherever I'm at, it's a company that is dishing out a lot of money to, stay afloat. I mean, the reality is it's a new company. Even if Trump wasn't attached to this thing, I would still be telling people, like, listen, this is a dangerous situation to be buying in at $20 right now for a new company that is struggling in a struggling market, in a struggling society right now here in America. I mean, it's not like we're killing it over here at the moment with our economy and everything, rates, everything that's going on. There are a ton of companies that are gonna have a rough year here, potentially. And Trump Media is a very new company. So saying that, it's okay for it to fall apart right now, because I do think the big play that is coming here with this company is going to be later in the year. And this is kind of my theory and thought right now with this right now. And, I think if you see it, you see it. If you don't, it's okay. Long term, I would be very, very cautious. Short term, holding this until probably September, October, November, where we really start to see this pump up again. That's probably where you're going to see your biggest numbers here for this stock. So saying that, I think me especially, people are just watching this bleed off right now. And the question is, what is the floor? Where is it going to bleed off to? Is it going to bleed off to $20 and stay there? Is it going to go to $15 and stay there? Is it going to go to $10 and stay there? By July 15th, is this going to be an $8 stock? It's not me being mean and saying this, it's just the reality of the situation right now. But I do think if it were to fall that hard, it would be a huge slingshot into later into the year to what this stock would do. And we've seen this with this stock before, when it was Digital World Acquisition, when it was DWAC. This stock was falling down, being shot up again. So saying that, I do think it will have its moment in the sun here. I think the more it bleeds off, the bigger it will probably come back here later in the year. I just think the main thing that's going to hurt it is people having patience with it. So everyone asking me what I'm doing with this, as you know, I sold out at the merge. I took what I had and ran. And I warned people about that. I was like, listen, this is probably what's going to happen. Well, it's happening. This is what's going on here. And people stayed in, and because they wanted to, that's fine. That's your own decision. That, if that's what you want to do it. But I was telling people this 2 months ago. I was like, just be careful getting so attached and so emotional with the stock right now. This company has a long way to go with really financially making a name for themselves. There's a lot that's going to happen here just in the next 6 months. So I still think this is a FOMO play. That's not a terribly bad thing. Where there's FOMO, there's a lot of money to be made. But I would not be shocked, and I would not be, I just wouldn't be shocked to see this thing fall down to $15 to $10. I really wouldn't. I think that's probably coming sooner than later. I wouldn't look to the general media to have anything good to say about Trump Media right now. It is quite the opposite, if you haven't noticed out there. It's going to be a rough year for Trump Media in the sense of good news. The general media hates the company. They hate Trump, and he's obviously in court every day fighting. I don't even know what cases at this point. I have no freaking clue. But it's April. It's almost May, for God's sakes, and they still haven't even really announced that it's going to be Trump and Biden running. But I think we know at this point it's going to be, unless they pull Biden here for someone else. I don't know. And obviously they're still trying to stop Trump. So I don't know, man. I'm living here in America with the rest of you. It's freaking crazy. All this WAR talk, rates, inflation, eggs getting expensive again. I don't know, man. I'm just here trying to make a buck like the rest of you. I hope that helps someone. I guess the main thing I'm trying to say here is patience, not getting too emotional, wrapped up in this right now, and just watching what happens here. Watching what happens. It's going to be volatile. It's going to be like this is chum in the water right now for the Sharks. They know you bought in at 20. They know people bought in at 26 today, going, this is it. It's going back to 35. It's not going back to 35, and if it does, it's not going to stay there. It's going down. It's gonna go back down to 24. It's gonna go back down to 20. It's gonna go back down probably to 18, maybe this week or next week. It's just gonna happen. Now, obviously, I hope I'm terribly wrong. I hope I'm wrong for the sake of people that are deep in this right now. I do mean that, but I think we've lost two big things with this stock right now. We've lost two big things. We've lost trader support with the FOMO. The news around it is gone. The hype around it is gone. There's still FOMO there, but it's a different kind of FOMO, and it's going to be FOMO that comes later on. And then second of all, we've lost the market. This thing, thank God, had the merger right in a really particularly good moment in the market, what was left of it. And now, like, Olympus is on fire. I mean, the ship is going down and it is taking everything with it. So we're having a huge reset in the market. So we've lost those two big things. So I expect this to take massive more damage along with other stocks. Friends, I know that was a depressing video. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm not trying to be depressed. And I like I said, I know there's people that come on here, you know, that hate Trump. They hate Trump media, and they want me to say bad things. And there's people betting against it. Then there's people who love Trump media, love Trump. Listen, I get everyone's point of view here. I'm a trader. Investor like the rest of you. We're all trying to make a buck. I'm really not even I don't even look at this stock, and this may hurt people's feelings, but I don't even look at this stock like it's attached to, what am I trying to say here? Like, I don't care that it's attached to Trump. I care that it's a very interesting situation, and that it's something that we've never really seen before in the market, and the fact that it's legal is very interesting. But you know, I'm not like emotionally attached to it at this point right now. For me, as a long-term investor with Trump media, it's got to go through a lot more things. This is going to be a really hectic year here for this stock. Not only the stock, but the stock market in general. It is probably going to be a rough summer the way things are going right now. Yeah. Friends, I'm going to stop yapping. I wish you all the best of luck, and it's only Wednesday. Good Lord. Friends, I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.